The Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Minneapolis, where police and federal agents are on the scene of a reported shooting. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden. The city of Minneapolis says it is working to confirm details and is, quote, aware of reports of a shooting involving federal law enforcement. Right now, let's take a look at live aerials from the scene in Minneapolis. Our sister station on the ground there reports a very tense situation tonight with a large crowd gathered, protesters using horns and whistles, and at least one ambulance seen leaving the area. Federal agents and local police have the block shut down as they investigate. The Associated Press sources are saying a federal officer shot a person in the leg after being attacked with a shovel during an arrest. Now, this incident comes amid ongoing demonstrations and heightened tensions following a recent deadly ICE-related shooting in that city. This incident happened about 4.5 miles north of last week's shooting. We'll have more on the latest developments from Minnesota in about 5 minutes, and we'll continue to monitor this developing story and bring you updates as soon as new information is confirmed. All right, we also have breaking news here in Connecticut tonight. Former New York Lieutenant Governor Betsy McCaughey says she will run for Connecticut governor. McCaughey is a Southern Connecticut native with a doctorate in history from Columbia. She highlights her experience in New York politics and her past criticism of former President Clinton's health care plan. She calls herself a fighter and promises to take on what she describes as Hartford's war on homeowners. McCaughey is vowing to repeal Governor Lamont's housing law, cut property taxes for seniors, lower electric rates, and eliminate the public benefit charge. She also points to her experience as a national news anchor, syndicated columnist, and founder of the Connecticut-based Reduce Infection Deaths campaign. Now, McCaughey is running as a Republican and is the third Republican candidate to announce a run. The others are former New Britain Mayor Aaron Stewart and State Senator Ryan Fazio. Stay with Fox 61 throughout the year for all things elections. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download our free app. All right, to the weather now. It was a gloomy day with off and on rain, but the 40s aren't going away, at least for now. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with the first check of the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, and I have to be the first one to admit, yesterday I said we had one more warm day left, but now we're getting a bonus extra one more day. 40s again tomorrow before we go back into winter reality. And we still have the chance for a few light showers or sprinkles, but most of the rain that you see here on the radar misses us. This band of rain stays east, most of this stays west, and we're kind of in between. So a few light scattered showers and sprinkles, but that's going to be about it for us as we head through the overnight hours, and it should be gone by daybreak tomorrow. Then winter is back on Friday. High temperatures will be around 30 degrees, and we do have the chance for at least a little bit of snow heading into the weekend, maybe even a coating on Saturday. Here's a look at temperatures. We are still in the 40s across most of the state, so it's another warm night out there. Temperatures will stay above freezing. We're not concerned with any icing. Again, just rain showers, and the roads will be fine around daybreak. There's a slight chance for a sprinkle or flurry during the day tomorrow, but most of the time is dry. Clouds are going to break for some afternoon sunshine, and we're in the 40s, but notice as we head through the afternoon, temperatures will start to head downhill, the wind will pick up, and the chill will usher in. We'll talk more about that, plus that chance for snow over the weekend coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, the state's cold weather protocol will activate tomorrow at 5 p.m. and last until noon on Friday. So if you need shelter or a warming center, call 211 or visit 211ct.org. Transportation can be provided as well. Well, new tonight, the state Supreme Court just decided a lower court must hear a case that could impact who is on the South Windsor Town Council. And back in November, Harrison Madison was elected to the council, but he was not sworn in and was told he will not serve after the town's charter was misinterpreted. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot breaks down the case and tells us where it stands now.
Harrison Amada's son says he is not giving up until he is back on town council. He says he is grateful for the support, but says what happened to him was not right.
A colleague called me and said that, oh, I just checked the website. The names of the elected officers are there, and your name is not there. I said, what do you mean?
That's how Harrison Amadou's son found out he was not on the town council after he received nearly 1,000 more votes than Richard Balboni Jr. Amadou's son says this whole thing has been frustrating.
The most stressful part is the people that I spoke to, the people that took their time to cast their votes for me. Their voices being denied is what hurts me the most.
In November's election, 6 Democrats and 3 Republicans were elected, and the town approved revisions to the charter. Those revisions were supposed to take place in 2027. But the day after the election, Deputy Mayor Andrew Paterna says the town's attorney interpreted the charter incorrectly and put those revisions into effect immediately. Paterna is part of the Charter Revision Committee. He says a meeting from March of last year shows through video and documented notes that the committee approved those changes for 2027.
Assuming the referendum was this November.
Passes.
And it passes, then it would be 27. So
right.
The election would take
Exactly.
place, right?
Now Paterna says the town has found itself in a chaotic situation.
In 2025, you could run 6 members because we're still operating under the old charter rules. So we nominated 6, every party nominated 6, and voters came and voted for 6. And then the next day, we're told, no, we're going to change the rules. And we felt that was unfair.
Voters like Daria Plummer says she knew she was voting for up to 6 people.
What happened between 9 o'clock at night and 8 o'clock the next morning, we don't know. Obviously, it's an interpretation issue, and frankly, it's provided some chaos and notoriety to this town that we don't need and we don't want.
John Kennelly, who's representing Amadou's son, says what happened is illegal.
To tell them that one of your votes, well, guess what? We're just not going to count that anymore because we decided the rules changed later. Doesn't make sense, and it's against the law.
Amadou's son took his fight to the court system. The Superior Court originally declined to hear the case, but the Connecticut Supreme Court unanimously ruled in favor of Amadou's son. Now the case will head back to Superior Court where it will be heard.
When I was knocking on doors, I made a promise to the people that if you choose me, I will fight for you. And they did. They've done their part. It's now time for me to do my part to protect their interests. As a public servant, my job is to represent them and to uphold their interests. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And no matter what it takes, I will ensure that their voices are heard. And I will ensure that their interest is protected.
Amadou's son tells me even though he won the election and is not on town council, that has not stopped him from showing up. In South Windsor, Kate Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
The South Windsor Republican Town Committee released a statement saying while it supports the case moving forward through the proper legal channels, it is opposed to the continued waste of town funds and resources to defend a matter already decided at the ballot box. Now, the committee said, quote, South Windsor residents deserve leadership focused on affordability, town service, and long-term planning, not prolonged litigation that diverts attention and resources from real community priorities, end quote. Bridgeport police have arrested 29-year-old Austin Smalls, who was accused of vandalizing a Hanukkah menorah at Congregation B'nai Israel on Park Avenue last month. Surveillance video shows someone rock the menorah until it topples over. Well, he turned himself in Tuesday and faces criminal charges of criminal mischief, I should say, and disorderly conduct charges. He was also ordered to stay away from the synagogue. Right now, authorities are investigating a 2-alarm fire on Gracie Avenue in Meriden. The fire sent one person to the hospital, but that person is expected to be okay. Investigators say a man lived in the main house while his daughter and grandchildren lived in a different home on the property. Neighbors say the fire started with a loud explosion and screams as flames quickly engulfed the home. Firefighters from Meriden and neighboring towns responded to put out that fire.
I ran out and I got the woman. She was standing pretty close to the house, so I got her back. As soon as we got back, one of the tanks, probably to the gas grill, exploded. I don't know what they're going to do. The house is a total loss.
So the Red Cross is now assisting the family as officials continue their investigation. Well, Well, new tonight, a federal judge has tentatively denied Minnesota's bid to block Immigration and Customs Enforcement's massive enforcement operation in that state. The request for a temporary restraining order was heard today, but the judge said the case presents new constitutional issues and needs more time before any order can be issued. Minnesota officials, including Attorney General Keith Ellison, argue the so-called Operation Metro Surge is unlawful and violates locals' rights. The federal government has until Monday to respond as the legal fight continues. And this comes as new information about ICE officer Jonathan Ross was released. Ross was hurt during the incident. The Department of Homeland Security says he was treated and released from the hospital after suffering internal bleeding. They say the injury happened when Ross was hit by a vehicle moments before he shot and killed 37-year-old Renee Good. Officials say he acted in self-defense and he is expected to make a full recovery. We have continuing coverage on the deadly ICE shooting in Minneapolis and reaction here at home on our free streaming app, Fox 61 Plus. Stream now or 24/7. Well, new tonight, Senate Republicans blocked a war powers resolution that would have limited President Trump's ability to conduct military action in Venezuela. Two GOP senators reversed course after pressure from the president, which forced Vice President J.D. Vance to break a 50-50 tie. Democrats say the move highlights growing concerns over Trump's aggressive foreign policy, while Republicans argue the resolution isn't needed since no U.S. troops are currently on the ground. And new tonight, the National Transportation Safety Board says Boeing warned plane owners more than a decade ago about a flaw in a key engine mount part linked to last year's deadly UPS crash. Investigators say Boeing documented multiple failures of the part in 2011, but did not believe it posed a safety risk at the time. The UPS cargo plane crashed shortly after takeoff from Louisville when its left engine tore off the wing. The crash killed 3 crew members and 12 people on the ground. The cause remains under investigation.